Hey everybody, it's your favorite cousin, niece, and grandchild here, Najee. And today we're going to jump right into it. And we're going to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville episode that came on yesterday. So that was episode 11. And baby, let me tell you, Martell has some serious issues. I really think he needs to go see if he's bipolar or something, because this man is like really just coming at Tisha sideways, coming at Marcel sideways. When he gets offended, he just pulling stuff out of his hat, and out of thin air. Nobody knows what he's talking about half the time. So this episode, it stems around just the last episode. So remember how we were talking about, there was some discrepancies about how Martell and Trish had met, and that he was kind of like telling Chris Fletcher not to like let the tea out the bag, like the cat out the bag of how they like really met and how they really got introduced. But it kind of stemmed from that. So, just kind of talking about how everybody was invited to Nell and Chris's wedding renewal ceremony that's going to be taking place in the next episode, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, so we should be looking forward to see that. But basically everyone got invited to Nell and Chris's vow renewal, and Martell felt bad about what he said to Tisha. So I know that he was going to meet up with Tisha and Destiny after lunch. And once Martell got there, Tisha was just not having it whatsoever. Tisha was just like, no. I'm not going to do this without my husband present, because I just don't want it to get ugly if Martell decides to take it there, because he's known for that. Like, Martell is just, maybe it's because he's like the only child. So his mom, well, he's not only child, sorry. So maybe it's because he's the oldest and that's his mom's firstborn, that she's going to take up for him. And I think with any parent, like, you're going to take up for your children. But one thing that, as a mom, being a mom myself, I'm not going to take up for my kids if they're doing wrong. I'm going to be like, no, you were wrong for that. You need to like really apologize for what you're saying and what you're doing, because that's not right. So I just think that Martell was never corrected, maybe growing up. And that's how he is today. He's just doing things just to be doing things. So I honestly feel that he shouldn't have came to the brunch that Destiny and Tisha was at. I think that should have came later, after he, kind of felt Tisha out, as far as like, hey, I want to sit down with you and apologize, to kind of get some context around it before, inviting her and Marceau to like show up any place. So, I feel Tisha on that. Like, she had every right to get up and walk away. Like, you just walk away. So Tisha then goes and meet her husband at, a home that he's building, and she tells Marceau what happened and how Martell came, and she just got up and just got out of there. So Marceau, just told Tisha that she did the right thing. And like I said, she had every right to. Like, you're not going to put yourself in a situation where you can potentially be harmed, or, your husband is not there to defend himself, whatever issues that are going on. So they go to Destiny's event, and Martell just comes in there and waltz in there like he's, the it factor. And y'all excuse my son, he's in the background. Hey, he's dying. But yeah, so Martell just walks in there like he's the, that he's the stuff. He's the big man on campus. Then he sits down with Marceau and Tisha, and he just like, hey, this is what you did to me, yada 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 yada. And Marcel's like, listen, this is what happens. This is what you do. And what you say affects people's marriages, which is true. Just because yours didn't work out the way that you want to, now you're trying to bring everybody under the bus and want their marriages to fail too. Martell, that's a no-no, baby. That's a no-no. That's an absolute no-no. You have to find happiness within yourself. And I said this in my last video. He's so worried about everybody else instead of really fixing himself. Martell needs help. I think, like I said, I think Martell is like bipolar or schizophrenic, something, because he's really doing some insane things. Like, you're trying to do different things to get the same result. So it's like, Martell, aren't you messing with Arian? Right? Isn't that like your baby mom that you're focused on, and you're focused on your kids? That should be your priority. Your priority should not be like trying to confront Martell and Tisha about anything. If, like, we're in 2025, right? So it's just like, okay, Martell, if you feel like your friends hurt your feelings or whatever, and you really like admire your friends and you really love your friends like you say you do, right? You forgive them and you move on. Like, don't hold a grudge, but and then at the same time, don't try to bring your friends' marriages down because yours went down the toilet. Like, you just don't do that at all. So, he called Tisha, slow. Like, Marcel, your wife is slow. You don't call anybody's spouse slow. I don't care what kind of argument that you're getting into, but he called her slow. And that Tisha knows about Marcel cheating and she just not saying anything about it. Maybe so, Martell. Maybe so. But it's just like, let them deal with their marriage, how they're going to deal with it, that part. Everybody is not like Melody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not like your ex-wife. So people deal with different marital situations differently. So, but you're just like so adamant, Martell, of like bringing people down. Like, I don't understand it. Like, do you, boo, do you build those homes, sell those homes that you're doing out there in Huntsville, and make your money, make your bread for your family and your children. Like, that's what you need to focus on. So I'm just kind of interested what's going to happen in the next episode. So drop down in the comment section if you think Martell is like really losing it. Does he really have like a bipolar or schizophrenia disorder? Because he's just trying to bring everybody down. That's my son right there, trying to help me out. But yeah, so I really think Martell really needs to help. I really think he needs to just stay out of his friend's marriage, because it didn't work out for him, and now he's just really trying to bring everybody down with him. I don't think he needs to do that at all. Now, I do know that Melody, was talking with Kimmy at the beginning of the episode, and I meant to talk about that at the beginning, but we can jump into it right now. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, so Melody is talking to Kimmy, and Kimmy is telling Melody about, how they, when they were at Martell's home showing, that the teas and bombs were dropped about how Trish and Martell really like got together, or if they even slept together. So Melody's taking in all the tea from Kimmy, and she's just like, Melody's like, well, maybe I need to talk to Chris, because if Chris is like the main person that everybody's kind of pointing to, that he tried to hook Martell and Trish up, I need to talk to Chris, because that's a no-no. And, Chris was supposed to be Martell's mentor and trying to get his family back. So I feel Melody on that, feeling some type of way that Chris was supposed to be Martell's mentor. However, I don't think she should have turned it into a, well, what were you doing? Like, were you really like trying to encourage Martell to cheat or what have you? But it's just like I said in my last video, I think Melody still hasn't really gotten over the hurt. I know she like just kind of moved forward, but she hasn't really forgotten, because she's still bringing it up. And it's like, Mel, you are too beautiful. You got a lot of things going for yourself. Don't let petty and trivial stuff trigger you and set you back, and then cause you to be mad at everybody in your friend group, because of a misstep that Martell did. Because nobody made Martell cheat. Let's be clear. Nobody made Martell cheat. Martell wanted to cheat on his own. That's why, you guys ended up in a divorce. Now, granted, you could have stayed with your husband, right? You could have stayed with Martell and just kind of dealt with it. But, you chose to leave, to, start your life completely fresh. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's just like, okay, let's get over this hump. Let's see, okay, how is the friend group gonna start coming together without being so hostile with each other? Like, we know it's gonna be like a little bit of drama, throughout the season, but it's just like, okay, like, come on, let's see them come together a lot more, doing things a lot more, and not having that narrative of like Melody being so angry at everybody, or she's trying to get back from, trying to get back because she felt like her friends went against her because they were kind of like just encouraging Martell to try to fix his family. So, I mean, I think she just needs to grow in that area. I think Martell really, truly, like I said, he needs to grow up for real. So that way he can better his life and not worry about like the petty stuff and little things. It's like, come on, dude. Like, you're pushing 40. Like, come on. You got to do better. Marcel and Tisha, like I said, I think there could be, and this is all legit, that it could be some things going on behind closed doors as far as Martell, not Martell, but Marcel like cheating. And that's just something that maybe Tisha may be embarrassed about and doesn't want to bring it up, or doesn't want to be humiliated, or, maybe she doesn't take that very well. Like, we don't know. We really don't know. But, that would be something interesting to see too, to see like, okay, Marcel confessing to Tisha, like, yes, these things happen, but they have not happened, since we've talked about it, or whatever that they did to reconcile that situation. But let me know what you think down in the comment section below about Love and Marriage Huntsville, episode 11 of season 9, right? So like, comment, subscribe, and share. Okay, let's go ahead and get to 1,000 subscribers, and I will see you in the next video.